All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about something really powerful, something that's at the core of what it means to be human. We're calling it the alchemy of resilience, this idea that our greatest strengths can actually come from our deepest struggles. So, let me ask you something right off the bat. Have you ever felt like you've just gone through too much? You look back at everything and it just feels like this heavy weight you have to carry around forever. Okay, but what if that's not the whole picture? I want to flip that idea on its head with a totally different question. What if your deepest, toughest struggles weren't just things you survived? What if they actually forged your greatest strengths? And look, let's be super clear about something. This is not me saying that hardship doesn't hurt. Of course it does. It's painful. But it's about seeing that it can also create this different, maybe even deeper kind of strength. I mean, it's so easy to feel like our past just defines us, right? In a bad way. Like those struggles and all that pain kind of chipped away at us, made us less. It can feel like a scar you can't hide. Well, today we're gonna totally reframe that whole story. And that brings us to this idea of the alchemy of resilience. Alchemy, right? The old art of trying to turn lead into gold. Well, that's exactly what we're talking about here. We're talking about taking the heavy, raw stuff of our toughest experiences and turning it into something incredibly valuable, pure gold. And believe it or not, this isn't just some nice-sounding metaphor. It's a real thing. It's an actual psychological concept called post-traumatic growth. The whole idea is that after going through some really tough times, people can actually experience these huge positive changes and even develop new skills they never had before. Now, this is so important. This is not about forgetting the pain or pretending what happened didn't happen. No way. It's about looking at the person who came out on the other side of it all and recognizing the power that was literally forged in the fire of that experience. So, what are these strengths exactly? You know what? Let's call them what they really feel like, your secret superpowers. Seriously, these are skills that were born from struggle, skills you might not even realize are your strengths. Okay, so what we're looking at here is a straight line from the struggle to the strength. So on one side, you've got something like living with constant chaos, and on the other, the superpower it can create, things like stress inoculation and hyper-awareness. So yeah, let's break these down. All right, superpower number one, stress inoculation. Now, if you grew up in a chaotic, unpredictable home or lived through something like that, this is for you. Think about it. You were basically trained every single day in how to manage a crisis. So what does this actually look like? Well, you're probably the person who stays totally calm when the project at work is on fire. You think clearly when the pressure is on. Everyone else is losing their minds, and you're the steady hand. It's no wonder people with this background often thrive in high-stakes jobs. Think surgeons, first responders, CEOs. Their nervous system has literally been, well, inoculated. Okay, let's talk about the second superpower, hyper-awareness. This one is for anyone who had to navigate tricky situations with, let's call them, hidden threats. Maybe emotional, maybe psychological. You had to get really, really good at reading the room, not just for what people were saying, but for everything they weren't saying. And how does this play out? It means you can walk into a room and just feel the vibe, the hidden dynamics. You meet someone new and get this gut feeling that something's off. You're the one who picks up on the tiny shift in someone's tone, that little facial twitch, the things everyone else completely misses. That's not just a hunch. Your intuition is like a supercomputer, processing data that other people can't even see. And here's the thing. You can't learn this from a book. You can't take a class on it. This is a rare kind of power. It's born from real, lived experience. It's earned. And because of that, it gives you an edge that is absolutely incredible. Okay, so you've maybe identified these strengths in yourself. Now what? What do you do with them? That brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, how to actually use this rare power you've earned. It's actually a pretty simple process, but it can be totally life-changing. First step, name it. That thing where you're calm in a crisis, it's not a weird quirk. Call it by its name, stress inoculation. It's a skill. Step two, reframe your story. Your past wasn't just a bunch of bad stuff that happened to you. It was your training ground. It built you. And number three, own it. Go find the places where your unique skills can really shine. So if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this. Your history is not a liability. It's not baggage. Once you start to see it this way, you'll realize it's actually your unique, undeniable advantage. So I'm going to leave you with this. All those struggles, they didn't break you. Come on. They built you. They forged you. You're stronger. You're more aware. You're more resilient because of them. So now, the only real question is, what are you going to do with all that power?